Welcome into Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham, and the NBA trade deadline is 2 weeks away, which means on today's show, we're going to take a look at 15 potential trade targets for Golden State, some guys that could potentially help out this roster. Now, there is some conflicting rumors, chatter around the Warriors. Some expect a quiet deadline. Others expect the Warriors to make a move or two. So buckle up, as the next couple of weeks could be very interesting as the Warriors are sitting at 500. Some needs for Golden State. Big man to help Draymond and Kevon Looney. Obviously, James Wiseman hasn't been that guy. Versatile wings who can shoot and or defend. And then also some extra ball handling. Can't just be Steph Curry and Jordan Poole all the time. Got to be someone else in there. Obviously, Draymond helps some there, but would be nice to get a backup point guard type. All right, so coming up, breaking down trade targets at each of these needs for the Warriors. So we are going to go ahead and do that in a moment. But just to outline kind of the trade assets for Golden State, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, Moses Moody. The Warriors have, tried not to trade some of these younger guys because they are bracing for the future, as Steph, Clay, and Draymond aren't going to play forever. They do have a first-round pick in 23 and in 25. 26, and in a second-round pick in 25. So a few first-round picks to work with, but that is all. Do the Warriors need to make a splash trade? Like, should they shake things up dramatically? Like, I don't know, trade Draymond Green or something like that? Let me know down in the comments why for yes or in for no. Do the Warriors need to make a splash trade? All right, let's get to some of those trade targets now. Big man depth right now. Jakob Poeltl, who's been connected to trade rumors, the Spurs center. LJ Ellis of Spurs Talk recently reported this, saying, according to a source who works for an NBA agent, talks between the Spurs and Warriors have hit a dead end. The Spurs aren't interested in James Wiseman or Jonathan Kuminga, so a trade with the Warriors involving Poeltl is very unlikely. I'm not super surprised that that's the case for San Antonio. They're definitely very careful with what they do. I will say this, though. San Antonio could be in the mix for Victor Wembanyama, so trading Poeltl for like a Kuminga I would think would be appealing, but apparently that is not the case. How about Mo Bamba, who had a pretty good year last year for the Orlando Magic? He reportedly has been made available as well. Now, for whatever reason this year, his role has declined, even though the splits are very similar, not quite as many blocks per game, but field goal percentage, three-point shooting, he can space the floor, play defense. I'm not sure quite why the Magic haven't used him as much, but I think as a backup center, he certainly has value, especially with his shooting ability playing within this Warriors offense. Serge Ibaka is another player, as the reports out there that the Bucks and Ibaka are trying to work out a trade to send him to a fellow contender. We will see if that were to happen, but Ibaka, believe it or not, still only 33 years old, has some championship and postseason experience, could be an asset for Golden State. Now, Warriors fans, we've got this little quarter zip pullover available for you guys, both in blue and in black. $20 off for today only. So if you don't get it today, you're not going to get the discount. Go to chatsports.com/Warriors deal. That link is in the description and in the comments of the video. Chatsports.com/Warriors deal. Go ahead and pick this pullover up today. All right, next up, Christian Wood from the Dallas Mavericks, who is a starting caliber player, but could be a backup potentially for Golden State. Having a really good year. Currently dealing with a minor injury, but nothing too serious. 18.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, over a block a game. Can shoot from the perimeter as well. I like him a lot. I think he could fit in with Golden State as well. Dallas would probably want at least a first-round pick for him. Naz Reid from Minnesota is another option, a cheaper option to give you some of that rebounding inside. So we'll see if he's a potential target for Golden State. Pick a big, type JP for Jakob Poeltl, MB for Mo Bamba, SI for Serge Ibaka, CW for Christian Wood, or NR for Naz Reid. Let me know who you want to trade for. All right, the next targets are versatile wings who can shoot and or defend. How about a familiar face, Kelly Oubre Jr., who's been with the Charlotte Hornets for the past couple of years. Not a great three-point shooter, but a guy who can score in bunches. averaging 16.6 points per game this year, over 4 rebounds, 43.3% from the field, pretty solid. A little below average from 3, but not so bad that, he still has to be guarded from out there. He played with the Warriors a few years ago, and it could be a guy that fits in. Jae Crowder, as well, as Phoenix continues to try and shop Jae Crowder. Now, there was a report out there that the Suns want either a first-round pick or a rotation player back in return for Crowder, so I'm not sure what that would look like from Golden State. Maybe you send one of those young guys like Kuminga in a second or something like that, so would have to depend on the value. Tim Hardaway Jr. is another player that could be available. Now, his contract's a little bit hefty for Dallas, but a streaky scorer who can give you 20 on any given night, just a little bit inconsistent from the perimeter, but he can start or come off the bench and give you some of that versatility. Subscribe to Warriors Today with the trade deadline quickly approaching. If Golden State makes a trade, we'll have a video for you, so turn on your notifications and don't miss any of our coverage here on Warriors Today by Chat Sports. OG Anunoby is next up here, the wing for the Toronto Raptors. Now, there was a loose report that came out that said a mystery team has offered the Raptors 3 first-round picks. I don't think Golden State would go that far. 2, maybe you traded 25, 26 or whatever it is, but I don't necessarily believe that Golden State is going to swing that big here. Malik Beasley, a cheaper option who can really score the basketball as well. Having a pretty good year for the Utah Jazz. These trade rumors have linked Golden State and other playoff teams to Beasley for a while. Beasley seemed to be in trade rumors every single year, so we'll see if this is the year he gets dealt once again. Sean Davidi of Heavy.com says the Warriors need help up front, but there is some panic within the organization about the fact that that the team's bench has just not come together. Ownership remains reluctant to break up the young trio of Wiseman, Moody, and Kuminga, but some strong internal voices could force a rethink on that. Now, what is the biggest weakness for Golden State? Type G for guards, W for wings, or B for bigs? I'm going to go bigs, honestly. I think you need more front court help. I would like a Jakob Poeltl here, but don't think that's going to be the case. Let me know, G, W, or B. All right, and then the last category of targets will include some secondary ball handlers, guys who can handle the rock just a little bit. Terry Rozier, who's been connected to trade rumors in the past. Charlotte's not good, and they need to sell. So Rozier could be a great option with that second unit. Him and Jordan Poole in your backcourt would be a lot of fun. Not great defensively, those two together, but they would score a lot of points. Now, if you want to go defense, Alex Caruso's that guy, and he's a good enough ball handler to give you some of that as well. One of the best defenders in the NBA, and he's improved enough as a shooter to give you some impact offensively. Emmanuel Quickley, if you want kind of just a microwave bench scorer, that's what Quickley is. I think he had a 40-point game a few weeks ago. I mean, he can really score in bunches for a basketball team. 12.5 points per game. Not the most efficient player. He's kind of hot and cold, but when he's hot, he is scorching. Peyton Pritchard from the Boston Celtics, who's been connected to trade buzz as well. He could be a backup point guard type. Good three-point shooter as well, as he can play a little bit off-ball. Also, now, a report that's out there says that the Warriors are among playoff teams with interest in Peyton Pritchard, so maybe something comes together between Golden State and Boston as the trade deadline gets closer. And then one I really like is Alec Burks. Alec Burks is having a great season. He's averaging over 13 points per game, shooting, I think, 43% from three-point range. He can handle the rock. He can play off ball. I think bring Alec Burks off your bench with Jordan Poole. That could be a whole lot of fun. They can really score the basketball, and he can also start in a pinch if needed as well. So there you have it, some trade targets at 3 different position groupings. The big man depth, Poeltl, Bamba, Ibaka, Wood, and Naz Reid. You got Kelly Oubre, Jae Crowder, Tim Hardaway, OG Anunoby, and Malik Beasley for that versatile wing depth. And then backup ball handlers, Terry Rozier, Alex Caruso, Emmanuel Quickley, Peyton Pritchard, and Alec Burks. 15 trade targets in total to monitor between now and the deadline. Who's your favorite name from today's list of trade targets? Let us know in the comments. And if we're missing someone, drop a name in the comments below. We'll be reading them after we publish this video. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. See you next time here at Warriors Today.